Hello everyone, welcome back to another sketchbook tour. Thanks for being here, thanks for coming back. My name is Samia, I'm a multidisciplinary artist from London. I have my big cup of tea here, so grab yourself a tea, a coffee, water, juice, drink, anything that takes your fancy, and let's just jump right into it. So today's sketchbook tour is actually a bullet journal. So before I consciously kept sketchbooks, I found myself making art in unconventional places. I know a bullet journal isn't that unconventional. Obviously it's not a sketchbook per se, but you can make art anywhere. I realised I was making art in just random notebooks. It was annoying me that none of my art was in the same place. But I hadn't realised that at this point yet. I thought it'd be interesting to look at the work I was making in 2021 and compare it to my more recent sketchbook tours and see what you guys think, if I have improved, if anything's changed. Okay, let's dive right in. I love this notebook. I can't say it, but it's one of those German ones. They were really nice as notebooks and bullet journals. It's okay also to make some art, but obviously you can't really use wet medium in here, which I never did at the time. So these are just tapes that I have, don't know where they're from. I think someone gave me these actually, so I have no idea where they're from, but I do love how colourful they are and joyful they are. Obviously this is Glossier. This is a sticker by one of my photography students. I am a photographer and photography teacher. This is by one of my students in Houston, Texas. Her name is Victoria. This is her business, VK Girl Creations. That's the name they have on Instagram, and she sells a bunch of stuff. This, I don't know where this is from. This might be a text sticker that my partner gave me. So this I wanted to show you, not because of the art, but because of I thought it was interesting what I wrote. It says, "Get well soon, planet Earth, and goodbye 2020 XXX." And I wasn't trying to get like the exact planet look, because you know how they say like, oh, the maps are all wrong and it's actually been measured wrong. And so I just kind of made it up. A yes sticker, because I feel like this sets an intention for the year, kind of like year of yes. This I wanted to show you, again, not for the art, but I enjoyed the fact that I cut it out. Okay, so here I am. This is supposed to be a whale. Hopefully you can see. So I think I used some kind of blue pen around here for the outline of the, and then I coloured it in. And I think it was one of these spotted whales. I think I saw it on like a nature social media account that I was looking at the time, or some kind of underwater photographer or something. I don't actually recall, but I know I saw something online, felt inspired and drew this. And this was on the 25th of January 2021. And then I think straight away, or the next day, oh, straight away, it's the same day, I drew, I love monkeys. They're my favourite animal. Well, it's quite hard to say what your favourite animal is because I love so many things, but yeah, I love monkeys. I can't remember what kind of monkey this is, but I just think this came out so cute and charming, and it's very me because of the colours. I always love the bright colours and patterns and things, but I also feel like his face kind of came out quite realistic for me, which I don't normally aim for or try to do. So I really like him though, it's cute. Oh yes. Then I have my heart folk. So I actually still sell stickers of hand-painted heart folk in my shop. I can link it down below. But basically, this is not the origin because I've been doing it for years prior, but they're just heart folks. So people, hearts that are turned into people, and they have different personalities, and you know, this guy's tired, this guy's, maybe he's constipated, this is a beautiful lady, this man's looking at the lady, this could be a kid, this is a content person, and so on and so on. So yeah, I love it. I think it's charming. And then I wanted to show you this, I guess, because if you're interested in goal setting. I've kept lists my whole life since I was a little kid, probably since I was like 6 years old, and they keep me focused. Not necessarily about art, but you know. This, I think I just liked the way I did the calendar. I just enjoyed what that looked like. So here I was trying to use my, or I successfully used my oil, I think they're oil pastels. No, these ones aren't the oil pastels, I don't think. These are like the Neo Colour, oh, maybe they are oil pastels, Neo Colour ones. They're not my really pro quality oil pastels that are really soft. I can feel it from the texture. These are a bit more waxy. I was just trying to use the materials I have, but I used to get annoyed using these because they would just obviously smudge everywhere, and that's why you need to have a separate art sketchbook, I guess. I remember not really liking this, but I think it's nice. In the theme of my animal drawings, I wanted to kind of carry on practicing, I guess. So the reason why I'd have all this art in my bullet journal is because I felt like, because it's not an art sketchbook, it took away pressure. It was like I was secretly making art and no one had to see it, and because it was paper that's not made for art, I don't know why, it just took away pressure for me. I remember I did this fish and then I was not very happy with it, but this is before I was in my Prismacolor era, and these are Faber-Castell pencils and they just give a different effect. I don't feel like they're suitable for the way I draw or illustrate things, but this is still nice. I remember hating this and I think it's fine, you know. I'm learning. This is on the 2nd of March 2021, so almost 3 years ago, over 3 years ago now, because today's halfway through March 2024. Then I did the same thing here with my secret art that I'm making with the lemons and the limes, because I know why I did this. So in that year, or during the pandemic, the beginning of it, I was very much leaning into food photography because I am a photographer. That is how I make my income. And I was thinking, what can I do if we're locked down and we can't go outside? How can I like further my practice? My thinking process was, I can buy food, I can prep food, I have my camera gear at home, I can photograph food at home. So I leaned into that. So I must have been looking at inspiration for food photography, and then I guess I got so inspired by it that like I wanted to draw it. I remember doing this and not liking it, and I really like this now. So this is, it doesn't have a date, but it would have been March time because the next page says April, so it would have been March 2021. And this is the cover page for April, but I just enjoyed the simple doodles and like the colour palette I had chosen and the different marks I was making. And yeah, I probably thought, oh, this didn't turn out good, but it's nice, it's cohesive, it's cute. I remember really enjoying this. This is the first time I ever owned Posca paint markers. In the last sketchbook tour, I kept calling the Prismacolors the Posca markers. So if you're confused and when I say my Posca pencils, I mean my Prismacolor pencils and Posca markers. I mean markers when I say markers, I mean Prismacolor pencils when I say pencils. Anyway, so yeah, this is the first time I've ever used a Posca marker, first time I've ever owned them. And I'm really into this colour. I don't think I have it to hand, no. And I guess then I just used some pencils. Maybe I have these by now because they're looking quite pigmented. I just picked like the complementary colour because orange and blue go together, and then I picked 3 different shades of orange and peach. And I just loved the colour palette and the marks and everything about this simple flower. Speaking of simple flowers, I also really enjoy that I didn't fill the page and that I just had a background for the tulip part only, and then it ends here and it's quite rough there. I just enjoy everything about it. I know it's very simple, but it's enjoyable. And then here, oh, I was just doing like skincare research. I was big into skincare. I am still big into skincare. I just wanted to show you my lettering. I really enjoy it. By the way, I don't bullet journal anymore. I had to stop because it was just taking too long, which is a shame because I do enjoy it, but it just takes too long in the day, in the morning. July's cover page. Simple, but I think it works. It's aesthetically pleasing. Again, I'll write my big to-do list and then I'll just do art, go rogue, do art where I feel free. Like, especially this, like where it's not meant to be on here, I feel really free in those moments and not kind of like the pressure to perform. And that's when I enjoy it and go into flow state more. A little bit of collaging. If you don't know, I'm really big into collaging. I don't actually do it a lot, but it's something I'm very interested in. I think it was raining a lot this summer, which is why July had the raindrops and so did August. Oh my god, it's PTSD. I really like this. I think I did this because in a previous bullet journal I made this with a similar thing with the Posca markers, I reckon. I'm vaguely remembering that now. So I used watercolours here to do the same effect-ish. Yeah, I just enjoy the double page. I wanted to read you this quote of it says, "All the months are crude experiments out of which the perfect September is made." I just enjoyed the lettering and yeah, the calligraphy and the layout. I just thought it was cute. I don't know if that quote is true. I mean, I enjoy the sentiment of the quote, but I think every month is perfect. People hate January, people hate February, but I like those months. So yeah, life is what you make it. Okay, this is my favourite thing out of this whole sketchbook bullet journal. And yeah, I was just making this. Remember when I said I'm big into the collaging? So I was just experimenting more with collaging, and I liked this monument. This is Alexandra Palace in North London, and I'm from North London, lived in North London most of my life, so I just liked that. And then I just filled in with lots of different things. So this is Posca marker with hearts. I've made some flower petals from card with some corrugated scissors, and I've used a different Posca on top. I've got washi tape. I'm making different patterns with pencil. This is coloured in with some kind of, oh, that's Posca underneath. I really love these raindrops. I want to do something like that again. And then I like what I've written, "Wait for us," and how the money airplanes are flying above them. And these are the little golden flowers that I've made. So you can see I'm testing out my Posca. This is all Posca underneath. Yeah, I just enjoy it visually. It's nice. It's nice and playful and not serious, and I think that's why it's really fun. Then I have my little, I think I printed this out because I'm just big into nature and the peace it brings me, and I live in the middle of, well, I live in London, so it's just a reminder. So it says, "I love knowing this is a sanctuary, not for just me, for my mind and the way we are as a family, but as a sanctuary for everything around us." That's so beautiful. So things like the animals and the plants, I guess, and the insects. Okay, and then I made this and I remember hating it, but actually I think it's creative. I think it's really, it's fun. So here's a bird, and then a bird, I must have found a bird plate, and also a bird, these are all from magazines, a bird illustration, and I think that's a goose. Anyway, and then Oh, and there's this plate as well. I just made it upside down and mimicked that down here and kind of made a shadow but in bright pink and gave this one a nice halo. And yeah, I just think it's visual play, isn't it? It's just, I find it enjoyable. And then here, this is the first time I've ever used professional oil pastels, and in general, just pastels in general, because I'm not a pastel artist. And this was my first go, so I opened them at Christmas, and I think it was that day or like later, that just around the first time I ever touched them to paper, this is what I made. And I'm not someone who like can draw birds or paint birds, so I felt like it came out quite well, considering this is many years old now. And yeah, I thought I'd lost this forever, and I'm glad I stuck it in here. And there's a little clementine, cute. I like that it's folded in because then it doesn't smush on the next page. Then I've got my love hearts, and that's all. These you've seen, I just forgot to take the tabs out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was interesting to see what I was doing before I committed to keeping an art sketchbook. I think it's interesting to see what people were doing and how they like slowly came to decide to dedicate time to improving their art. It was really fun for me to look through this because time is a healer, and I enjoyed most of what I saw in here, which is why I shared it with you. Let me know what you thought of what I was doing in 2021. Do you think I was better then, or do you think I'm better now? Do you think there's things in here that I've forgotten about that I should carry on exploring? Do you have tips? And please go ahead and talk to each other in the comments. It's so nice to see everyone commenting, and thank you for sticking around and subscribing. I really, really, really appreciate every single person that subscribes, that watches my videos, that comments. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have been enjoying your tea or coffee. I've barely drank mine because I've been talking to you guys. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.